The president also had one final one-on-one meeting with Mexico's president, Andrés Manuel López Obrador. The main topics they discussed: migration, fentanyl, and trade. NBC Bay Area's Sergio Quintana has more on that meeting and President Biden's final day here at APEC. Sergio.
Yeah, and Janelle, the Mexican president made sure to emphasize the fact that this year Mexico became the biggest trading partner, surpassing China, trading partner with the United States. That was something obviously they talked about. The two of them had a whole lot to talk about on this final day of APEC. President Joe Biden was joined by U.S. Secretary Antony Blinken. Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador was joined by his foreign minister Alicia Bárcena. President Biden opened with a joke about the dinner event he hosted last night at the Legion of Honor.
You sat next to my wife. You were so captivating. I was worried she likes you more than she likes me now.
It was a moment of levity in a relationship that has sometimes been tense. Just last year, President López Obrador, or AMLO as he's referred to in Mexico, snubbed Biden by boycotting the Summit of the Americas in Los Angeles. But today, they seem to have a productive meeting on several important topics. On migration, Mexico continues to hold migrants at our southern border who have entered from Central and South American countries.
I want to thank you, Mr. President, and your team, I really mean it, for the cooperation, your leadership in taking on this challenge. I know it's not easy.
We wish to thank President Biden because he is the first president in recent times in opening legal pathways for migration.
They also discussed efforts to control fentanyl. This has been a recurring subject at APEC, with President Biden and Chinese President Xi Jinping coming to agreements on this earlier this week. President Xi and President López Obrador also talked about this during their bilateral meeting yesterday. The hope of all three leaders is to cut the flow of the synthetic opioid, which has left a sizable death toll on both sides of the U.S.-Mexico border. At the closing event of APEC, President Biden gathered with all the members again and outlined some of the accomplishments of the summit, then passed the baton to President Dina Boluarte of Peru, host of next year's meeting. As the only elected woman at the table, she highlighted one of the main missions of the group.
In 2024, we can continue to build on what APEC has been doing over so many years, promoting equity between men and women.
And as Janelle mentioned, now that this event is over, all the security measures that have been put in place for this high security event are slowly going to be dismantled. We had a conversation with a Secret Service agent on the way in through security today who mentioned that as soon as everyone is cleared of the security bubble, that process is going to begin. Reporting live in San Francisco, I'm Sergio Quintana, NBC Bay Area News.